Paddy Groovers, Stu, VK5STU. So power for today will be supplied by the sun. I've got a 160 watt folding solar panel which is going into a DC to DC charger, and then that's going off to two different AGM batteries, one powering the radios, one powering the fridge in the back of the car. And just in case we need it, we also have a generator here which will help us top things up a little bit. In terms of antennas, today we're running primarily two. We have two NFED, both multi-band. One is a 4-band, 40 through 10. The other is a 5-band, which is 10 through 80. And they are nice and high. I don't know how this is going to turn out on the camera, but you've just got them strung up between a couple of trees, nice and high and out of the way. We also have another 20 metre inverted V just on a pole, which is attached to the car there. That was just put up for a bit of testing and some tuning, so haven't used it yet, but we might if conditions change a bit later on. But the other two antennas are working pretty well at the moment. Alright, so this is the operating positions that we have here. Two stations, both operating VKCL as the logging software, which is networked together using a router there. No success just using a crossover cable or Wi-Fi, so reverted to that. On the right hand side we've got an FT847, left hand side we have a IC7410. So pretty much just two separate stations operating off of each one of those NFED antennas that I mentioned before. The way that we have the antennas connected in, we basically have feed line coming in to a common mode choke, and then into an appropriate filter for the band that's being used. This particular one is for 20 meters, and then into the back of the radio. No tuner required. This particular antennas are resonant across all of the bands that we're using, and so that's consistent across both stations, so they are pretty much the same. When we change bands, we just swap out the filter and away you go. So it only takes about 20 or 30 seconds to unscrew that and put it back in, otherwise everything's ready to go. We have a small inverter running off the back here which is powering the router, and later on we'll probably power the laptops just to keep the batteries charged up in them. Power wise, we're running off two AGM batteries down here. The one on the right looks like a dog's breakfast, and it is. That's running the inverter with a couple of alligator clips, and then from the DC to DC charger in the car, we're coming out and just got a couple of crocodile clips on top of them as well. That just helps keep the voltage up and keeps the power level up a little bit to take account of that inverter. Comfort wise, I guess we've got a standard awning from your four-wheel drive shop with a window, a wall on the other side just to keep us in the shade, and requisite camp chairs and tarp and portable tables. So reasonably agricultural, but quite comfortable, if I'm perfectly honest.
I apologise. We'll try again later. VK5 Whiskey Oscar Whiskey Contest. Siki Contest, Victor Kilo 5 Whiskey Oscar Whiskey.
Siki Contest, Siki John Moyle, VK3 X-Ray Victor.